Today on Cozy Peach Kitchen, I'm showing you how to make chickpea salad 4 different ways. I love chickpea salad for lunch, for meal prep, super easy to make, but sometimes I want something a little different. So we have the base recipe here, which is a traditional chickpea salad, a lot like chicken salad, but of course we're using chickpeas instead of chicken. And then we're also doing an avocado salad, which is really good if you don't like mayonnaise, because instead of mayo, we're using avocados. We also have a curry chickpea salad, which is loaded with zesty flavor. I really love this one. And the last one is a pesto salad, which is super easy to make because you only need 4 ingredients. We're using a canned pesto, which makes it super easy. Let's get started. We'll start with 2 cans of chickpeas, which is a little over 3 cups of chickpeas. Then go ahead and add that mayonnaise. It's 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, and you can always add more if you really like a creamy salad. Next, add that stone ground mustard. That's the whole grain mustard. This adds a ton of flavor. And then we'll go ahead and add tahini. And the tahini cuts down on the mayo, but it also adds this nice nutty flavor. Now, if you don't have tahini, you can just add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise instead of that 2 tablespoons of tahini. Now, all of this we're gonna mix together so that the chickpeas are coated. And then go ahead and get to mashing. My favorite part, I have this avocado masher. You can use a potato masher. You can use a fork if that's all you have. You just want to break the chickpeas down so that they are mostly broken down. You can leave some whole ones if that's what you prefer. It's really up to you. Now, as you can see, they're mostly mashed, but there's still a little bit of whole pieces. You can make it completely mashed if you prefer. It's really up to you what kind of texture you like. So now we'll go ahead and add those seasonings. I'm using dill and salt, and then black pepper's really important. I just do this to taste. Then we will add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. This is just 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. It adds a little bit of zest and a little bit more liquid so that it mushes together really well. And now the crunchy bits and the extra flavor. So celery, this is a 1/4 cup of celery. And then we're doing a 1/4 cup of carrot. And then we're doing about a 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds as well. These are roasted and salted, but you can use any kind of sunflower seeds. You can omit the sunflower seeds and add cashews, almonds, whatever kind of nut or seed you like. We're doing about 1/2 cup of red onion. You can also use yellow onion. You can omit the onion because it is kind of a tangy component. You can even use just a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder instead if you don't have fresh onion. Oops, can't forget, I have some raisins. You can also use cranberries, tart cherries. I really like this recipe because you can just get creative and add in whatever. So the base recipe is totally versatile. Dare I say, it's as easy as that. So now you have your base chickpea salad made. If you can see it here. Next up, we're making curry chickpea salad. This one is filled with garam masala, lime juice, some cashews, all around really flavorful and delicious. So we'll start with our chickpeas, 3 cups of chickpeas, or about 2 cans. Add a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Again, you can use vegan mayonnaise if you prefer. We'll add in our spices, which is 1/2 teaspoon garam masala, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and then I add a sprinkle of salt to taste. Add a little bit of freshly ground black pepper as well. We'll add in 1 tablespoon of fresh lime juice for that tang. Now let's get to mixing together first. So we mix all that mayo in there so that it's evenly distributed. Next up, mashing again. So just mash until everything is nice and combined. Now for the add-ins, which add a lot of the flavor. So we're doing red onion, 1/2 cup. doing a 1/4 cup of chopped carrot, and then about 1/2 cup of red bell pepper. We're also adding in chopped cashews. This is about a 1/4 cup. I did roasted and salted for this. And then 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped cilantro. Now we mix it all up, and just like that, in under really 3 minutes, it's ready. Next up is avocado chickpea salad, which is made with avocados, so it's super creamy, mayo-free, so great if you don't like mayo, all around delicious. We'll be using 2 cans of chickpeas, or a little over 3 cups, 2 medium avocados. You want them to be nice and soft and easy to mash up. So I cross-hatch one, and this makes it easier for it to come out, and then just squeeze it out. So I just cross-hatch and then squeeze. Now we can go ahead and add the seasonings. I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard. You definitely want to add salt here because salt on avocados is like a really good combination. Avocados just don't taste as good when they don't have salt on them. So you'll definitely want to salt to taste. We're just going to go ahead and mash until everything is nice and combined. Oop, don't forget the lemon juice. We're using 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Adding lemon juice also helps prevent the avocados from turning brown right away from the acid in the lemons. So this is a really important step, unless you want your avocados to turn brown, which if they're brown, they're still great to eat, perfectly fine. They're just, of course, not as attractive. I'm using salted roasted pumpkin seeds here instead of just sunflower seeds. Now, of course, you could really add whatever you want, but I'm doing those sunflower seeds and the pumpkin seeds, about a 1/4 cup of each. Also adding in some carrot, that's about a 1/4 cup, and add in about 1/2 cup of red onion. Don't forget the freshly ground black pepper to taste, and mix it all up. Our final recipe is definitely the easiest because it only uses 4 ingredients, one of which is jarred and pre-made, but adds a lot of flavor. That's pesto. So this recipe is a little different because we're not mashing the chickpeas. I'm just going to go ahead and add 1 can of chickpeas. Go ahead and add that pesto. This is a 6-ounce jar of pesto, and we'll be using all of it because we want a lot of flavor. Stir together that pesto and chickpea mixture. Make sure it's well coated. If you want extra protein, you can do 2 jars of chickpeas here, but I like just doing 1. It's up to you. And this recipe would actually be really good with white beans as well. Next up, we're going to add in some halved grape tomatoes. We will also add in a few mozzarella balls. Make sure to drain off any of that water because we don't want this getting soupy. You can also chop these mozzarella balls in half. This is about 8 ounces or a cup. So mix that all together. And I told you this one was easy. That's pretty much it. All you need to do now is taste for salt. So add a little bit of salt, but usually that pesto, especially if it's jarred, already has salt in it. So definitely taste first, and then add the freshly ground black pepper. You can add a sprinkle of red pepper flakes too if you like that. Otherwise, that's it. It's super simple, super flavorful. Great on its own. Could even be served as an appetizer with crackers or on top of a green salad. Really good. You can also add basil if you want a little extra green. And there you have it, 4 different ways to eat chickpea salad. We have our traditional chickpea salad, which I'm eating as a sandwich, and then another sandwich, which is that avocado chickpea salad, super creamy, mayo-free. And then we have our wrap, which is made with curry chickpea salad. And then my personal favorite, the pesto chickpea salad, which is made with mozzarella cherry tomatoes and served on a bed of spinach. Whichever way you choose to enjoy this chickpea salad, I hope you love it. As you can see, it's super versatile. You can make it in wraps, sandwiches, salads. Great for meal prep, lunch, or last minute meals. This recipe makes about 5 servings, so that's 5 sandwiches, 5 wraps, whatever. You can easily double the recipe, have it, even freeze it for later, but it does last in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit subscribe for more vegetarian recipes. Definitely check out my website, cozypeachkitchen.com, filled with easy vegetarian recipes. Thanks for watching.